Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your favorite girl, Omituko Esther, also known as Efficient. To all my subscribers, thank you so much. And to those who are yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll be talking about bleeding after sex,
which also means postcoital bleeding.
Be like, no, so why do I bleed after sex? I'm tired, I don't know what to do. My husband is complaining. In today's video, you will be knowing what to do and the possible causes of why you bleed after sex.
The only situation in which bleeding is termed to be normal is during menstrual flow or some days or weeks after you just go to bed, or maybe you did a pap smear. Any other bleeding aside this is termed abnormal. Bleeding also varies. It could be spotting, that is the little drop of blood you see in your pants, and it may be much, just like your menstrual flow. So before we go into the most possible causes of bleeding after sex,
I'd love you to know how your reproductive organ looks like.
So the number one most possible causes of bleeding after sex is vaginal dryness. Vaginal tissue and other reproductive organs are maintained by hormones. In the absence of estrogen level, or when its level is being reduced, the tissue of the vagina becomes thinner and even dry. Another factor which can lead to vaginal dryness. Vaginal dryness can come naturally just during the pregnancy, breastfeeding, or even in menopausal age. And some other medication in which you take can also cause vaginal dryness, such as allergy drugs, antidepressants, blood pressure medicine, birth pills controls, just like family planning pills. All this medicine can also cause vaginal dryness. During sexual intercourse, the friction, that is the rubbing together of the tissue, can cause injury to the vagina, even the vulva, hereby leading to bleeding during or after sex. So number two possible causes of bleeding after sex is infection. Infections such as STD, sexual transmitted disease, they are the diseases that are caused by either bacteria, parasites, or even virus. And this infection is transmitted through sensual intercourse. Another infection that can lead to bleeding after sex is PID, pelvic inflammatory disease, is another infection that can cause bleeding after sex. Pelvic inflammatory disease is an infection that affects the upper parts of the reproductive organ. It happens when there is spread of bacteria from the vagina to either the uterus, the womb, the fallopian tube, or the ovaries. All this can cause the tissue of the vagina, the vulva, fallopian tube, the uterus, the ovary to become inflamed and cause bleeding after sex. Sexually active women tend to have PID except when they practice safe sex, like using condoms. So another most possible causes of vaginal bleeding after sex is vaginal injury or trauma. This happens to a lot of first-time mothers. They may be tear during childbirth, they may be tear in the perineum part of the body, that is the space between the vagina and the anus, or even the doctor can give help to the mother by giving a cut during episiotomy for the woman just to ease the childbirth. So injury can also occur to the vagina during sex if there is not enough lubricant. Maybe the battling glands duct is being blocked. That is where the fluid is supposed to secrete from, making the vagina to become wet. If the vagina is not well wet during sexual intercourse, the vagina may sustain an injury. The tissue of the vagina will become very painful, reddish, and then bleeding may occur after sex. Number fourth possible causes of vaginal bleeding after sex is cervical atropion or cervical erosion. This happens when the cells inside the cervix have grown onto the outer part of the cervix. The tissue inside the cervix is different from the one outside the cervix, though the same organ but different tissue inside and outside. Once the inner tissue had grown the outer part of the cervix, during sexual intercourse, if a man's penile touches the tissue, it causes bleeding during and after sex. And that does not necessarily mean it's cancer. Cervical erosion is not cancerous. So lastly for today, we'll be talking about cancer being part of the possible causes of bleeding after sex. Though in rare cases, uterine cancer or cervical cancer can cause bleeding after sex. That is the cancer of the cervix or the womb. It can cause bleeding after sex. Abnormal bleeding at all should be reported to your doctor as soon as possible. If you love this video, please like, comment and share. See you.